Yo, 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 yo. What up, Comic Sense crowd, community crew, my 3C family? We're back again with another episode of Focus. That is Final Order Cutoff Uncanny Spec, where we are going to cover the keys, the spec, the first cover appearances, the number one issues, all of the things that you want to buy to invest in for close of FOC 416 and 4/17/2023 for books releasing 3 weeks from this upcoming Wednesday. Shout out to the entire Comic Sense family, the crew, yo. So good to be back. We're going to get into it. First things first, y'all know what time it is. All these cool little lights around here, one in front of my face, one shining on these posters in the background, giving you the glare. We're going to keep them on. So then, let us pay some bills. I want to bring your attention to the scroll at the bottom of the screen. Like and follow Comic Sense on Facebook. Join our Facebook group. Check us out on YouTube. Subscribe to the channel. Follow us at Comic Sense on Instagram. Find us on the Twitter. So that is what it is. Shout out to everyone in the room. Want to make sure to check your comments because this is what we do. What up, Pete, Yaneri, Jerry, J. Rob, Patrick, Hickey. Shout out to Legacy Comics. Morning to you all. Morning to you all. Morning to you all. So let us get into it. Dope FOC week this week. Y'all know what time it is. Y'all know what happened. We got a big new character. Some people are calling him this year's Tosin Adoye, going back to print this week. So we're going to get into it. First things first, we're going to cover DC, then we're going to move on to the indies, and then we're going to go into Marvel as we do. Issue X, back in the house. It is what it is. So let's go right to DC. Just pull that up. Make sure you can see that. I think you can. First book we have is Batman Incorporated, number 8. We like cover A. There are several covers. Certainly we like cover A. That is going to be the key cover. But first, we're going to go with the John Timms card stock 1 in 25 incentive variant featuring cover appearance of a member of Joker Incorporated. Then we have Batman Incorporated number 8, cover C by Isaac Goodhart. This is your AAPI Heritage Month card stock variant. Then we have your cover B by Alan Qua, really dope cardstock variant featuring Batman Incorporated. And then cover A, the cover that you want. This is the key cover, possible first full cover appearance of the entire Joker Incorporated. This is by John Timms, written by Ed Brisson, cover artist John Timms. What's Batman without the Joker? Why does Batman get to have Batmen all over the world when Joker only has Gotham? Well, the end of Batman's global monopoly is approaching. The Joker is here to disrupt his enterprise with the launch of Joker Incorporated Incorporated. Australia gets a Joker, China gets a Joker, England gets a Joker, and again, Australia gets a Joker. Argentina gets a Joker, France gets a Joker, everyone gets a Joker. So Australia gets a Joker twice, according to this write-up. That having been said, bunch of different incarnations of Joker in the form of Joker Incorporated. The title, as you see, the trade dress, Joker written over Batman Incorporated. Probably the issue you want to have. Next from DC Comics, really like what James Gunn is doing with DC. So James Gunn is taking his liberties, so to speak, with the DC characters. Supergirl is getting a film based on Supergirl Women of Tomorrow, which dropped in 2021. So then we have Batman the Brave and the Bold. Could this be because DC is, planning to give James Gunn a playground, so to speak, with which to draw from? He already said that with his Superman stories, his Superman movie, there are going to be several DC characters in the movie, that the Superman universe is going to launch the DC universe as we know it. I just want to write that again. You know what? I'm not going to write it again. I wanted to narrow it down, but that is fine. So we're now getting a Batman, the Brave and the Bold title. And I wonder if, because there is an upcoming Batman Brave and the Bold film being a part of the DC, James Gunn DC universe, handled by James Gunn. So I wonder if they're giving him a platform by which to draw new stories from. Because who wants to see Batman's origin again, right? We don't want to see Batman's origin anymore. We don't want to see Spider-Man's origin anymore. So here is your 1 in 50 Zerdy Girl, Nathan Zerdy cover featuring Deathstroke, the Terminator's daughter, on that cover. And then you have your 1 in 25 Brian Hitch incentive variant. Really dope cover as well. Then you have your Frank Cho Superman Daily Planet Racial Variant cover. And then you have your cover B by Jim Chung. And cover A, which is the cover we like, by Simone DeMeo. This is written by various cover artist Simone DeMeo. Written by Tom King, Ed Brisson, Christopher Cantwell, and Dan Moore. Dan Moore. Art by Mitch Gerads, Jeff Spokes, Javier Rodriguez, and Dan Moore. Coming off the spectacular success of Batman One Bad Day, the Riddler, the Eisner Award-winning team of Tom King and Mitch Gerads reunite for a horrifying 4-part retelling of this first bloody clash between the Joker and the Batman. A tale of loathing, lies, and laughter. This may be the most frightening Joker story in a generation. Everyone is going to be shocked. Everyone is going to be talking about it. The Justice League may be gone, but its enemies aren't. Who will protect the world from the worst of the worst? Ed Brisson and Jeff Spokes pick up the story started in the Wildstorm 30th anniversary special, really dope special, as director Bones and his new covert Stormwatch team travel the globe on black ops missions to take superpowered weapons of mass destruction off of the board. But this is Stormwatch, and as always, not all is as it seems. Down with the King starts here. Superstar artist Dan Moore, Batman Superman World's Finest Detective Comics, makes his writing debut, kicking off a new series of Batman Black and White short stories. In a Gotham City overrun by the cybernetic henchmen of the Joker, the only person who can save us is the mysterious motorcycle-riding bat costume hero of urban legend. In the Order of the Black Lamp, Part 1, from writer Christopher Cantwell, Superman finds a Dakota ring with a secret message, "Save me," which sends him on a quest to solve a mystery with ties to the Man of Steel's past. Batman, the brave and the bold, a thrilling new era begins an adventure. So what I like about this too is Stormwatch, right? James Gunn has already told us we will see the Authority on a television screen, be it film, be it cartoon. We're going to see the Authority. Love that James Gunn has stated that he wants to use those Wildstorm characters. Could we be seeing Stormwatch? You know what? Batman, Brave and the Bold, #1, dropping 3 weeks from Wednesday, $7.99 cover price on that thing. So there's that. Next, from DC Comics, another book. 2 more books coming from DC Comics that are really exciting. This is Spirit World, out of the pages of Lazarus Planet. We have Spirit World #1, new character's first solo series. That 1 in 50, very nice cardstock. 1 in 50, done by Haining. It is, I guess you want to call it DC's version of a design variant. Then you have your 1 in 25, done by Trung Le Nguyen, or Win. Then you have your cover C by Zhu Orzu. Cover B cardstock by Dustin Nguyen. And your cover A by Haining. So this is written by Alyssa Wong, cover artist Haining. From the pages of Lazarus Planet Dark Fate, a new Chinese hero emerges who's able to travel to and from the spirit world, the realm of the dead, and that of the living. Their name is Jean, and their superpower is being able to burn items folded from Josh paper and immediately turn them into real objects, based on the East Asian practice of burning Josh paper at graveyards in order to send resources to ancestors in the spirit world. Except Jean can retrieve those items in the world of the living. Their weapon of choice is a large broadsword, because who doesn't love a big sword when you can choose to use a big sword? Zant is a master of the dark arts who's here to give Constantine a run for his money, literally. When Constantine shows up saying Zant scammed him into buying something, he finds them in Batgirl Cascade fighting an abnormal influx of Jiangxi, Chinese hopping vampires, and joins in to help. But when a portal opens up that drags Batgirl into the spirit world, it's up to Jean and Constantine to travel to the land of spirits to rescue her. Who knows what other spirits we'll find in the spirit world, like that skateboarding boy wearing Hanfu with some headphones and a gaping hole in his chest. Listen, Cassie Kane, I'm already sold. You give me Cassie Kane in a character's debut, and I'm good. I'm in. So that is Spirit World #1, dropping from DC. And next, they are not so teen anymore. This is Titans #1, no longer teens, getting their own book or another book, because right now they've just been chilling with Nightwing, who's got all of the loot. Nightwing is the de facto leader of the Titans because he got the loot, he got the headquarters, the whole nine. Generally, if you want to follow the Titans right now, you have to be reading Nightwing. However, somewhere in here, you're going to give me Titans #1. And there's only one cover right now that we're looking at too. It's the cover H. It is a perforated cover because it's the only cover available on FOC right now. So as soon as I find it, I will show that to you. Not a big deal though. We don't have to get into it. It's a perforated, I don't know why they have Teen Titans. Here it is. Titans #1, cover H. As you can see, Titans #1, cover H, perforation trading card stock variant. It's written by Tom Taylor, artist Nicola Scott, cover artist Various. The Dark Crisis is over and the Justice League is no more. Now a new team must rise and protect the Earth. Titans go. The Teen Titans are ready to grow up. Each member joined as a much younger hero, certain that one day they'd be invited to join the Justice League. But the time has come for them not to join the Justice League, but to replace it. Are the no longer teen heroes ready for the big leagues? Danger lurks around every corner as heroes and villains alike challenge the new team before they've even begun. Will the DCU ever be the same? Find out in this landmark first issue brought to you by the all-star creative team of Tom Taylor of Nightwing and Nicola Scott, Wonder Woman Historian Earth 2. This is Titans #1, cover H, perforation trading card stock variant. Guess you're going to get a bunch of trading cards if you pop them out. A lot of gimmicks coming from DC. We just had a scratch off cover. Man, thought we were having a 90s renaissance. This is like an 80s pop-up renaissance. So yeah, we're good on DC. We're good on Lunar. I'm going to stop sharing that because no need. We are good on Lunar now. Now then, shout out to J-Pop. We're going to go into Diamond. We're going to look at these indie books. We're going to look at Marvel. We're going to get it done. Again, I want to bring your attention to the scroll at the bottom screen. Like and follow Comic Sense on Facebook. Join our Facebook group. Check us out on YouTube. Subscribe to the channel. Don't just watch the video. Give the video a thumbs up. Give it a thumbs down. Just don't go there and do nothing. Find us on Instagram. Follow us on the Twitter. So then, let's get into it. Let me go ahead and get Diamond up. And the first thing we have from Diamond, just want to make sure you can see that, and you can. First thing that we have from Diamond is coming from American mythology. It is called Cartoon Puppet Horror Theater. This is the first issue. Several covers. Cover D, not available. Purple triangle up out of there. Y'all know what time it is. Y'all know what that means. It means back order, not stock. That is your cover D. You're not going to see that because image coming soon. Cover C. This is your Shining homage, which is why we like this cover. Really cool cover. Homage to The Shining, cover C, Cartoon Puppet Horror Theater, #1. Then we have your cover B, which is called your Victims Hansel cover, done by Matt Hansel, cover B. Then we have cover A, your main cover, done by Adrian Ropp. That is cover A. This is Horror with No Strings Attached. Written by S.A. Check, artist Matt Hansel, cover artist Adrian Ropp. Horror with No Strings Attached. This is the book for people who love horror movies. This is the book for people who love puppets. This is the book for fans who want to see what happens when a horror blogger, her jock boyfriend, a B-movie scream queen, a fanboy, a half-baked deadbeat, and something called Fado are brought together by the mysterious Boo Keeper to save the puppet horrorverse. Ain't no one getting out alive if Clarence the Cleaver has anything to say about it. It's in your felt puppet horror action the way you always wanted it. Leave the counting to the birds. These streets are made for screaming. Get your front row seats for the CPHT premiere. Cartoon Puppet Horror Theater #1. This ain't no ordinary Sesame Street. This ain't your father's Muppet Show. So, that is American mythology. Next, we move on to Behemoth with a book called Feeder. Feeder #1, I believe it has 3 covers. And it does. You are getting a cover C. I believe this is Daryl Nick Realm. Cover C. Daryl Nick Realm. Man, that's a really cool cover. Didn't realize how cool it was until I really paid attention now. Get another homage cover. Terminator, Daryl Nick Realm. Terminator homage cover. And then cover A, also by Daryl Nick Realm. Behemoth, Sumerian, whichever you want to call them. Written by Mark Bortolini, artist, cover artist, hero Nick Realm, Lee Kidd was the most famous action movie hero of the 80s, but he's fallen on hard times. With his life in a downward spiral, Kidd has become a shadow of his former self, turning to a life of crime as an enforcer for a local crime boss. But when he's given a new job, can he bring himself to complete it, or is he being given a chance to change his ways? Theater, number 1, Sumerian, Behemoth is what it is. Next, from Boom. We have one book from Boom as they boom. Shake, shake. You know what? Can't do that. We're on YouTube. Maybe they'll not let me play it. I don't know how that works. Anyway, Briar, final issue. We like Briar. This is Briar number 4, second print. We know that it is not actually the final. Spoiler alert. Should have read it. If you didn't read it, I'm telling you now, it is not the last issue of Briar. Here is your German Garcia second print. Written by Christopher Cantwell, artist, cover artist, German Garcia. Gindred, the only surviving remnant of the Sleeping Beauty's past, seeks Briar's blood. Even the seemingly impenetrable city of Windcross and his king Rodion can't protect our hero and her companions, Spider and Roop. The relentless Deadcraw and his 9 assassins hunt at Gindred's behest. It'll take everything Briar and her allies have to survive. Will they all make it out alive? Perhaps with even a scrap of a happy ending. And will Spider finally reveal her connection to Briar's past? Briar, number 4. Second print. You already know what time it is at Comic Sense. Issue X is going to tell you if you bought the first print, double down on your investment, fortify, and acquire the second print. Acquire the subsequent print. Is what it is. Moving right along. Dark Horse Comics, Murder Inc., Jagger Rose. Jagger spelled like dagger. This is Murder Inc. Jagger Rose number 1. Has one cover. Really cool. Back order, not stock. This is your Michael Avon Oeming cover. Written by Brian Michael Bendis. Artist, cover artist, Michael Avon Oeming. I'm going to say that again. Written by Brian Michael Bendis. Artist, cover artist, Michael Avon Oeming. From the creators of the Eisner Award-winning best-selling Powers comes this brand new world of historical crime fiction like you've never seen before. Discover a world in which the 5 families of organized crime never lost their stranglehold on the United States. Now half the country is a smorgasbord of sex and sin, ruled by loyalty and family values, and the rest of the world looks on in awe, rage, or jealousy. Join us as newly made Valentine Gallo and Jagger Rose rise through the ranks of the notorious Bonavici family. No spoilers, but Jagger's already proven herself one of the greatest assassins of all time. And the Pope would like a word. Yeah, that Pope. Huh? Back order, not stocked. Murder Inc. Jagger Rose number 1, dropping from Dark Horse Comics. Seems intriguing. Dynamite has 2 books that we're looking at this week. One of them I personally am really interested in. Was interested in the first offering. This is the second offering. First one was Disney Villains Scar. This is Disney Villains Maleficent. Yeah, I'm interested in this one. I was a fan of Maleficent. I was a fan of Scar. Very interested in this one. Tons and tons of covers on this book. I don't think we're going to go through all the covers. There's a ton of covers on this thing. If I go to all, you don't understand. There's like 7 1 in 10s by themselves. Look at that. I'm just going to scroll through and let you see what we're talking about here. This one might have every other Dynamite book beat. 100 copy, 150, 1 in 200, 1 in 250. I'm going to just quickly run through them. We'll just see if we can do this really quick. There is your Sue Lee, 1 in 250. Here is your Sue Lee or your Jay Lee, 1 in 200. We're going to run through these quickly. Keep an eye out or be ready to go back through it. Here is your 1 in 50, Jennifer Meyer. That's beautiful. 1 in 150, sorry. Here is your 1 in 100, Jennifer Meyer. Beautiful. Here is your 1 in 75 done by Sue Lee. Here is your 1 in 50 done by Rebecca Puebla. Here is your 1 in 40 done by Erica D'Urso. Here is your 1 in 30 action figure variant, Sue Lee. Here is your 1 in 25 3D DNA, David Nakayama. Here is your 1 in 20 done by Sue Lee, design variant, so to speak. Love that cover. Love the crows. Here is your 1 in 15 done by Jay Lee. And then you have a 1 in 10. It is a VHS homage cover to the movie. That's also really cool. And then you have your 1 in 10 DNA. Then you have your your cover F, done by our favorite cover artist, Blank Sketch. Then you have your cover E, done by Erica D'Urso. Then you have your cover D, done by Rebecca Puebla. There's more covers than this. I'm telling you. I didn't even go over all the 1 in 10s. Here is your Jennifer L. Meyer Trade Dress cover. Here is your Sue Lee cover B. And then we have your cover A, done by Jay Lee. And just to show you the rest, you have a 1 in 10 copy incentive done by Ken Haser. You have a 1 in 10 copy incentive done by Erica D'Urso. You have a 1 in 10 copy incentive done by Rebecca Puebla. Told you. Thought I was playing. Then you have your Jennifer Meyer 1 in 10 copy incentive. Then you have your Sue Lee 1 in 10 copy incentive. And then you have your Hazer 1 in 7 copy incentive. Then you have Blank Sketch getting it in. You have an Authentics green done by Blank Sketch. You have an Authentics purple done by Blank Sketch. You have a Hazer FOC cover. You have a Scott Campbell FOC cover. And then you have the metal. Metal's really dope. Jay Lee art. And then you have a Jay Lee limited version. So we're going to just scroll back down. We can just click one of them. So then, this thing is written. Art, writer, cover artist, Sue Lee doing all the things. Disney and Dynamite proudly present Maleficent, Queen of the Forbidden Mountain. Her realm is shrouded in darkness and evil and full of all things that go bump in the night. Her soul is cold. Hardened by a lifetime of small-minded wanderers seeking to steal her powers to satisfy their mortal greed. Her patience wears thin. Her mystical might grows. It is a matter only of time before she descends the mountain and unleashes her horrible magics upon the powerless people below. A stunning vision of villainy from writer and artist Sue Lee. I personally am excited for this book. I was a fan of Maleficent. It's like I was a fan of Scar, the previous book. Plus, I want to have at least all the A covers of all of the Disney villain titles. At the very least, I'm good with the A covers. So that is Disney Villains Maleficent #1. Next from Dynamite, because I told you we had 2 books from Dynamite. We're not going through all of the covers of this next book. I don't even think there's as many. This is Kong, Great War. Maybe we will. I don't think there's as many covers as Maleficent gets. But there are a few. So we can start at the bottom because there's high as a 1 in 20. So here is your 1 in 20 Jay Lee cover of Kong, Great War #1. Then we have your 1 in 15 copy incentive done by Joe DeVito. That is dope, by the way. That's your 1 in 15. Here is your 1 in 10 done by Brian Hitch. Then we have your 1 in 10 also done by Jay Lee. Cover D by our homie Blank Sketch. He, she, or they. Cover C, Joe DeVito. I don't like the trade dress on this. I think it really takes away from the dope art. Cover B, Jay Lee. Cover A, Brian Hitch. But there are some 1 in 10 copies we want to look at. One of them. Here is your Brian Hitch 1 in 10. So, what is this thing about? Well, it's written by Alex Cox, artist Tommaso Bianchi, cover artist Brian Hitch. The world at war. While men of all nations fight on foreign shores, an Imperial German U-boat is lost at sea. The crew now faces terror beyond imagination, monsters from creation's dawn, gruesome, blood-stained death from above and below. Possible beasts reigning by fear and violence in the South Pacific, and looming over all, the gargantuan ape god that knows no master. These brave men have faced death before, but now they must contend with Kong. This is Kong, Great War #1. Next, from IDW, very interesting offering coming from IDW. This is TMNT verse, you probably didn't guess it, Street Fighter #1. Yep, that's what they're doing. They're doing that. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles versus Street Fighter. Got a few covers. I'm going to go through them. Here is your 1 in 500 copy incentive done by Sanford Green. That is your 1 in 500 copy incentive. Here is your 1 in 250 by Sanford Green. Trade dress of the Virgin 1 in 500. Here is your 1 in 100 done by Freddie Williams II. Split cover. Here is your 1 in 50 done by Elizabeth Beals. Here is your 1 in 25 done by Vincenzo Federici. And now you have cover C done by Tom Riley. Cover B done by Freddie Williams II. And cover A done by Ariel Medel. That is a very nice X-Men #100 homage cover, so to speak. So then, written by Paul Allure, artist, cover artist Ariel Medel. When a prestigious martial arts tournament invites fighters to travel to Atlantic City and test their skills, the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles jump at the chance to compete. But a big stage means big competition, and the world-famous Street Fighters have shown up in force to prove the mettle of their cycle-powered fighting forms. As if that's not enough of a challenge, there are rumors of competitors disappearing, and the identity of the contest's benefactors is shrouded in mystery. Don't miss the matchups of your favorite fighters as the half-shell heroes face the likes of Ryu, Guile, Chun-Li, and more. TMNT vs. Street Fighter kicks off a 5-issue fight card of Fury starting this May. Of course. You know they're going to team up, and they got all 5 of the Turtles this time. Jenica in the mix. But you know they're going to team up. You know what's going to happen. You know how it works. They're not going to be beefing the whole time. They're going to team up. Next, 2 books dropping from Image Comics. Actually, before we do that, yeah, we're going to do that. 2 books dropping from Image Comics. One of them, listen, Millarverse, Ambassadors. Every issue of Ambassadors is going to get you a first appearance and a first cover appearance. This is Ambassadors #4. And you're getting 2 first cover appearances. So then, here is your Ambassador #4, Ryan Sook, cover C. Then you have your Olivier Coipel, cover B. And then you have your cover A by Olivier Coipel. So then, written by Mark Millar, artist, cover artist, Olivier Coipel, our most action-packed issue yet, moves the story to Brazil, where a Catholic priest fighting drug lords is offered a spot in his international super team, but he's happy just doing God's work in the barrios. So, we're getting a first cover appearance of new characters. We're getting a new hero, so to speak, every issue in this Millarverse series. That is what it is. Shouldn't leave this on the table. This next book, though, every once in a while, a book drops. And when you see it, you know that it has the potential to be special. This has, as it is named, something epic, has the potential to be really special. We shall see. Fingers crossed. Really have high hopes for this book. Here is your Something Epic #1. Cover G, done by the homie Blank Sketch. We got a preview game for this book. When I show you the preview game, you'll probably see what I'm talking about when I say this has the potential to be really special. Here is your cover F, Super Mario Brothers homage cover by Simon Kudransky. Here is, that was your cover E, I'm sorry. Here is your cover D, also by Kudransky, an Amazing Fantasy 15 homage cover. Again, potential to really be special. I'm sorry, I didn't show you this particular cover. by Kudransky as well. Very cool cover. Want to make sure you see all of these covers because we're going to look at this preview game. Here is everybody's doing Terminator covers. Kudransky is doing all the covers. Here is Terminator homage cover. Then here is your cover B. Reminds me. That is your cover B. And then your cover A by Kudransky. Cover B also by Kudransky. Cover A by Kudransky. Something epic. And Simon Kudransky is the writer, the artist, and the cover artist. It is a series premiere. Imagination is real. Outside our perception, creative thought takes physical form, with only a handful of individuals known as epics able to interact with this wondrous hidden world. But for 14-year-old Danny Dillon, accepting these responsibilities himself won't be easy or safe. Lose yourself in a world of endless fantasy and creativity where superheroes, monsters, magical creatures, and cartoon characters live and breathe alongside us. Listen, we're going to look at this preview game because, listen, look. Just look. Look at that. Very, 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 very stunning work. This has the potential to be something special, or it's just going to be pretty. It's just going to be a 90s comic wrapped in a pretty package. But let us hope that it is something special. Next, Fair Square. Generally, Fair Square doesn't offer 2 books in a week, but they are offering 2 books in a week. They like to do those graphic novel style books, thicker books. That's what they do. I like Fair Square. This is Far South Crooks, Pimps, and Gauchos #1. Here is your B cover, done by Raphael Albuquerque. Fair Square, putting in the work, getting the artists. So here is your Leandro Fernandez, cover A. Far South Crooks, Pimps, Gauchos, written by Rodolfo Santuilo, cover artist Leandro Fernandez. An arid and wild land cut off from the world. Tough and hot-blooded men. Crime, alcohol, revenge. This is where the taciturn Montoya runs a bar where the worst scoundrels in the area come to settle their differences or talk about their setbacks. What happens in the Far South stays in the Far South. This is Far South Crooks, Pimps, and Gauchos #1, dropping from Fair Square. And next from Fair Square, we have Intertwined. Last Jewish, we're going to stop there because that should be all we need. Last Jewish Daughter of Kaifeng. And they dropped tons of covers on this book. I don't know how people are going to do it. They're already out of stock. $13 cover price. See, here is your cover F, done by Will Torres. Intertwined, the Last Jewish Daughter of Kaifeng. Cover appearance of The Spirit of Water. Old school comic homage cover. Then you have your cover E, done by Frank Uzan. Then you have your cover D, done by Gerald Perel. Like, these covers are dope. Then you have your cover C, done by Nick Bradshaw. Cover B, done by Fred Pham Chuang. And cover A, done by Fabrice Sapolsky. So this book is written by Fabrice Sapolsky, artist Fai Chen and Ho Sang Hui, cover artist Fabrice Sapolsky. Back order, not stock. We're going to check out the preview game. In time for Asian American and Pacific Islander Heritage Month, as well as Jewish American Heritage Month, fan favorite series Intertwined is back with a 64-page special dedicated to the only Asian Jewish character in comics, the new Spirit of Water. After the events of the original Intertwined series, Leah I. Tian's life has changed drastically. She had been dragged in Wan Jin's adventures with the spirits of Wu Jing against her will, and Lady Jaya passed on the mantle of champion of the water element to her right before she was murdered. Now Leah fights alongside the spirits of earth, wood, fire, and metal to preserve the balance of the universe while fully living her Jewish faith. But her past has come back to haunt her. Why did she really leave Kaifeng in China? What do Mob Lord Yuck Long want so much that he sent his goons all the way to Chinatown, New York to find her? Intertwined, The Last Jewish Daughter of Kaifeng is a fast-paced action-adventure tale dealing with deep real-life issues, the meaning of faith in a country that, at that time, doesn't recognize Judaism as a religion, the condition of women in the early 1970s, and freedom of choice. This is Intertwined, The Last Jewish Daughter of Kaifeng. And here is your preview game. We get a preview for Fair Square book. Looks good. Looks like she got the kung fu going on with the water powers too. Looks really good. So that was your outing from Fair Square. Next from Opus, one of my favorite companies. They just keep coming and keep coming and keep coming and keep coming. And they're back again with another new book. This is San Julian, Queen of the Lost World, #1. We're just gonna put in San Julian Queen because that should be all we need. And it is all we need. San Julian, Queen of the Lost World, #1. So we have your 1 in 20 copy incentive done by Santi Cassis. This is your unbranded 1 in 20 copy incentive. San Julia, Queen of the Lost World. Here's your 1 in 10 copy incentive done by Santi Cassis. And of course, you always have these 1 in 5s when it comes to Opus and blank sketch. Added again. Never at a loss for work. Here is your cover B, done by cover artist also named San Julian. I would imagine that's a thing. San Julian. It's kind of like Frank Frazetta. Pardon me for not knowing. And here is your Ariel Olivetti. Yep. Legendary Spanish artist San Julian. Aha. So then, this is written by John Repion and Leah Moore, artist, cover artist, Ariel Olivetti. Legendary Spanish artist San Julian is known throughout the world for his beautiful and haunting covers for creepy, eerie, famous monsters, Vampirella, and many more. Now his most vivid paintings are coming to life in the Queens of the Lost World. In this collaboration with the master himself, written by Leah Moore and John Repion, with art by Silvia Caifano, this ongoing series features characters inspired by iconic paintings like Dragon Queen, Warrior, and Glass of Death in a thrilling fantasy adventure. Like Frank Frazetta and Frank Frazetta's universe. Not going to leave this on the table myself. You shouldn't leave it on the table. Love when stuff like this happens and these new universes get created. Sometimes you go to art exhibit, you go to art gallery, you just see a really cool picture. Someone's really known for them. Frank Frazetta, for example. And you're like, yo, I wonder who this character is, what their world is like. And we get to see that in Opus and Frank Frazetta's Death Dealer, Dawn Tax, and now San Julian, Queen of the Lost World. From Scout. 3 books from Scout, and then we're moving on to Marvel. I'm going to check your comments, kick with the people, jump right into Marvel. So we have another in the Mullet Cop series. Y'all know Mullet Cop. If y'all don't, you will, because you should go get this Scout book. Mullet Cop, licensed to Krill. This is your Tom Lintern, licensed to Krill, Mullet Cop, #1. Writer, artist, cover artist Tom Lintern, seafood restaurant owner, aspiring scientist Bob Duncan, decided having a successful business was not enough and attempted to improve his recipes by combining his own DNA with shrimp. When one of his lab experiments goes wrong, he turns into Shrimp Man and causes havoc in one of the food courts. Mullet Cop is taken in to infiltrate the scene with a battle-hardened SWAT team, but even they are no match for the merciless crustacean, presented in a special shrimp-sized 5x5 format. That is Mullet Cop, licensed to Krill, #1. Next, we have Omega Gang. Omega Gang #1 from Scout Comics, 1 in 10 copy, unlockable by Erica D'Urso. Very dope art, by the way. Love the colors, love everything about that cover. And then we have your A cover done by Ludovica Serragati. I like the 1 in 10 unlockable cover better. It is written by Matteo Rivosecchi, artist Nicolo Lelapi, cover artist Ludovica Serragati. Gab, Luna, Adam, and Ama are a group of friends who call themselves the Omega Gang as a way of expressing the hopelessness of their lives and their generation. It's the beginning of summer, and quite unexpectedly, they discover a set of mysterious eggs that shake them from their usual Gen Z depression. This is a big deal, and they'll have to figure out what to do with them soon, but are they going to be ready for what is about to emerge from those shells? The Omega Gang, #1, Scout Comics. Finally, from Scout Comics, Sudden Death. Not an original name, but it is what it is. Here is your 10 copy unlockable done by Robert Ahmad. Well, that's a way to suddenly die. Being pushed or thrown off of a building. And here is your cover A, done by Robert Ahmad, written by Alexander Banks Jongman, artist, cover artist, Robert Ahmad. Hank Kelly cannot die. Oh. With this revelation, he is catapulted into a world of fame and fortune that he hopes to repair his broken family. But Detective Rosalind Lovejoy works to unravel the dark mystery truly behind Hank's immortality. This is Sudden Death, #1. Check your comments real quick. So we're going to get ready to go into Marvel. Shout out to all of the people. Really appreciate y'all. Again, I want to bring your attention to the scroll at the bottom of the screen. Like and follow Comic Sense on Facebook. Join our Facebook group. Check out our page. Check us out on YouTube. Subscribe to the channel. Watch a video. Give it a thumbs up. Give it a thumbs down. Find us on Instagram. Follow us on the Twitter. So, gonna get right back into it. Gonna stop this screen. And I'm going to give, I don't know why I stopped it. Didn't have to stop it. Maybe it just makes me feel a little bit more professional because I'm just gonna go right back to the same screen. And I'm gonna bring up the Marvel books. Just want to make sure you can see it. You can. I'm gonna bring up the Marvel books and we're gonna run through Marvel real quick. Then we're gonna be about here. It's Tuesday, you know, we get new books in. Tomorrow's new release day. For those of you that are going to be Wednesday Warriors, if you're watching, focus. Final order cut off Uncanny Spec with issue X. You done made your phone calls. You done called your people. You done got these books on your pull list. And you don't have to be a Wednesday Warrior. Just saying. First, from Marvel, Avengers #1. New Avengers title dropping. Because Jason Aaron just finished a definitive run. Come on, man. 87 pages. Always, Diamond, could you just give me the most recent? This should be done by date. That way, I should always just get the most recent Avengers dropping because there's tons of covers on this Avengers book. Tons of covers on this Avengers book. Y'all want to give me Avengers Forever. You want to give me, you know what? I got half a mind to just go into Penguin and show y'all some Penguin action, actually. We generally don't do it because we generally can cover everything through Diamond. Problem is, Diamond sometimes doesn't make sense. I just want Avengers #1. I'm getting last Avengers story. I'm getting all of these things. You know what? We're going to unshare the screen really quick. I'm going to take you into Diamond. Into Penguin. So we're going to stop this screen really quick. We're going to go into Penguin. And we're going to get this done. Let me just give me a second. I always have Penguin handy and ready to go. Never took you into Penguin before. We're going to do it now. Problem with Penguin is it's very difficult to show you the covers because Penguin likes to close the page every time. But I'm going to share this Penguin page for you. Just bear with me. I'm going to share this Penguin page as I pull up Avengers #1. All right, we got it. 10 ratio variants, on sale date. Excuse me, FOC 417. So let me go ahead and share this with you really quick. Share my Penguin screen. Never done that before. Never felt like I had to. but we're going to do that. There is Penguin for you. So then, make sure you can see that. We are in Penguin. Here is Avengers #1. Let me see. I'm gonna try to open this. Oh, I can show you all the covers from here. So here is your Avengers #1, cover A. It has 10 variant covers, as you see down here on the bottom. 10 variant covers. So let's look at some of them. Here is your CF Villa hidden gem. I'm sorry, Paul Smith hidden gem variant. You already saw cover A. That was your 1 in 50. Here's your Kel New 1 in 100 variant. Here is your Derek True Scarlet Witch 1 in 50 variant. Here is your Kel New regular cover. Here is your Marco Cicchetto 1 in 25. And then you have your Mark Brooks corner box variant. And you have your Scotty Young. So then, this is written by Jed McKay, Stormbreaker CF Villa. Take the reins of Earth's mightiest heroes, the Star, the Icon, the Witch, the Construct, the God, the Engineer, the King. The world is ever in peril, and a new team of Avengers mobilizes to meet any dangers that dare threaten the planet. But when Terminus attacks, a new and insidious danger rears its head. One that Avengers know all too well, and one that comes from them in the most dangerous of guises. That of a friend. That is... We're just going to stay in Penguin. Why not? Let's just stay in Penguin. That is Avengers #1, dropping 3 weeks from today. And we're going to stay in Penguin. I just want to make sure you can see what we're doing. Y'all can see what we're doing. All right. Well, might as well stay in Penguin then. Next, from Marvel Comics, we have Avengers #1. But this is a facsimile of Avengers #1. You know how we feel about facsimile editions? Y'all know how we feel about it. Here it is, your Avengers #1 facsimile edition. Viable alternatives when you are priced out of the market on key books like Avengers #1, 1963. Price out of the market on that thing. These are becoming viable alternatives. We have to identify trends before they become trends. So then, Avengers #1 facsimile edition. Can't click on the cover. You know who did it. Jack Kirby, written by Stan Lee. And there came a day unlike any other when Earth's mightiest heroes were united against a common threat. On that day, the Avengers were born. The first 5 heroes to answer the call: Thor, Iron Man, the Wasp, Ant-Man, and the Hulk. And the nefarious foe whose fiendish plan brought them together, Loki. Witness the Avengers founding all over again as the trickster's bid to get the better of his brother, the God of Thunder, rebounds on him in spectacular fashion. Can these 5 very different heroes find a way to work together and defeat the God of Lies? It's one of the all-time great Marvel comic books, boldly represented in its original form, ads and all, reprinting Avengers #1 from 1963. Next, we have actually, you know, Marvel for the past year has been going back into the past. They did it with Venom, Lethal Protector. They did it with Spider-Man. They did it with Fantastic Four, with the Wolverine, Hulk, Ghost Rider variation of Fantastic Four. They're doing it again. Danny Ketch, Ghost Rider. All I had to type was Danny Ketch, but oh well. Danny Ketch, Ghost Rider #1. 4 variant covers. We might be coming live from Penguin from now on every week. We can just do Lunar for DC. We can do Indies, Diamond, and we can just go right to Penguin. And I'll come live from Penguin next week too. Because I like this format. You guys have a problem with it, let me know. If you guys like the format, let me know with Penguin. Maybe I can't make the book any bigger, the cover any bigger. Maybe that may be an issue. Just get all the info. So then, here is your Danny Ketch, Ghost Rider #1, cover A, done by Daniel Picciotto. I'm sorry, by Ben Harvey. Cover design or artwork by Ben Harvey. And then we have your Javier Saltare's Hidden Gem 1 in 150 variant. See that there. Then we have your Stormbreaker, Federico Vincentini Stormbreaker variant. And then we have your Mark Teixeira variant. And finally, we have your Logan Lubera variant. And this is written by Howard Mackey, illustrated by Daniel Picciotto. Danny Ketch is back. Flashback to a time when innocent blood was spilled. A spirit of vengeance was born, and Danny Ketch found himself transformed into the Ghost Rider. A gang war is breaking out across New York City, with Ghost Rider caught in the middle. But if it's just a rival gangs killing each other, does Ghost Rider need to get involved? Join us for an Untold Tale written by Danny Ketch, co-creator Howard Mackey, and artist Daniel Picciotto. This is Danny Ketch, Ghost Rider #1. Next, Doctor Strange. We already said if you bought the first print, fortify your investment, double down, get the second print. This is Doctor Strange #1. Uh-oh. Well, that's not going to work. See if it's in here anyway. All right. Doctor Strange #1, Alex Ross, second printing. Cover art by Alice Ross. Script by Jed McKay. Stephen Strange is back, reunited with Clean Wong. It's back to business as usual for the Sorcerer Supreme. Have your children fallen into a deep nightmarish slumber? Are demonic refugees invading your home? Is your husband possessed by a satanic entity? Then call Doctor Strange. Weird, right? Because you would think that this is what he's going to be doing in this book, and he is. But he's not doing it for me or you. It's like super heroic nepotism. It's Spider-Man calling him. It's all of these heroes calling him because they have some mystical issue that they need him to make a house call for. Man, what about the regular people? Anyway, this is Doctor Strange #1, second print. Next, Fantastic Four #7, otherwise known as Fantastic Four #700. Yeah, we're doing that. Fantastic Four is hitting a milestone. That's why you don't want to leave it on the table. It's hitting a milestone. Fantastic Four #7 is also Fantastic Four #700. It has 7 variants. How apropos. 7 variants for the 7th issue or the 700 issue. This is your Alex Ross, really dope Doctor Doom cover. Then we have your Greg Land 1 in 50 black and white variant. Then we have your Jim Kirby Hidden Gem 1 in 25 variant. Then we have your Greg Land color variant. Then we have your Giuseppe Camuncoli Spider-Verse variant. Then we have your Walt Simonson variant. And we have your Rob Liefeld homage variant. And my favorite cover by Scott Koblish, your wraparound connecting 700 characters variant. So then, this thing is written by Ryan North, illustrated by Iban Coelho. Colossal issue #700. Fantastic Four #7 is also Fantastic Four #700, which means you're absolutely going huge. It's an oversized spectacular as the Fantastic Four reach their new home, not knowing that a mysterious threat has made it there first. As their knowledge of language itself begins to melt from their minds, the Four are in disarray as their existence hangs in the balance, and the greatest villain of all time finally seals their, all caps, doom. You know what time it is. What is a milestone issue of Fantastic Four without a milestone villain in Doctor Doom? Next, we have Hulk Annual 1. Yeah, we're finally getting out of this Donny Cates nonsense. No hate on Donny Cates, but stop it, man. Hulk #1. Hulk is going to be going in a different direction, and we're going to find out in Hulk Annual 1 because they tell us. This is your main cover done by Gary Frank. Hulk Annual 1. Then you have your Guile Sharp variant and your Cully Hamner Spider-Verse variant, written by David Pepose, Philip Kennedy Johnson, illustrated by Kyle Mahato and Travel Foreman. So, Hulk vs. Giganto. A documentary crew is on the hunt for a monster at the heart of a gamma radiation leak. But they get much more than they bargained for when they end up on Hulk's angry side and caught in the middle of a brawl between two unstoppable giants as Hulk battles an unleashed Giganto. Plus, a special preview exclusive to this issue of the shocking new direction Hulk is headed in this summer. This is Hulk Annual #1. Now, we have Planet of the Apes. I'm going to say it again. If you bought the first print, and you should have bought the first print of this one, Marvel taking the reins of Planet of the Apes for the first time since 1977. Listen, Disney Plus. I have to say all the things. Disney Plus, TV. You know, Planet of the Apes started as a TV property. If you didn't get any other, you're never going to buy any other issue of Planet of the Apes. You should have Planet of the Apes #1. You should double down and make sure you have the second print. Planet of the Apes #1, Joshua Cassara, second printing, really dope cover, written by David F. Waller, artist David Wachter, Joshua Cassara on the cover. David F. Walker and Dave Wachter bring Planet of the Apes back to Marvel Comics in spectacular style. A new era of apes kicks off with part 1 of Devolution. The ALZ-113 virus has rampaged across planet Earth and humanity is crumbling. While well-meaning researchers hunt for a cure, a fanatical group of humans has their own solution. Kill all apes. Peacekeeper Juliana Toban is one of the few willing to stand against them. But the crisis is spreading, and soon, apes will witness the true depths of human cruelty. Eisner-winning writer David F. Walker joins forces with artist David Wachter on one of the most beloved sci-fi franchises in history. This is Planet of the Apes #1. And G, Mrs. Crabtree, y'all know what time it is. Can you say Bailey? Yeah, that's what they're calling him, her, they. Bailey. Spider-Man #7, second print. Listen, I'm going to keep it real with you. They're comparing the spoiler variant cover of the first print to this year's Black Panther #3, 1 in 25, and cover A. And I say cover A because I know everyone loves Black Panther #3. I love Black Panther #3. But if you aren't talking the 1 in 25, if you aren't talking cover A, yeah, it's cool if you have the other covers. It is cool. They have some value. But cover A and that 1 in 25 are the covers that you want. Well, they're calling the first print of this book this year's Black Panther #3, this year's Tosin Adoye. We know that Spider-Boy, as seen here on the Virgin cover of the 1 in 25 illustrated by Humberto Ramos, we already know that Spider-Boy is here to stay. Spoiler alert. Listen, if you don't like spoilers, this is a comic sense production. The operative word being sense. We tell you why your investments make sense. Thus, you are going to get spoiled. We want you to know why you need to invest in a certain thing. It has been said that Spider-Boy, we know Spider-Boy has always been around. He has apparently been Robin. He is like Robin to Batman, but with Spider-Man. Just erased it from me. We know that. And we know that they have very big plans for Spider. If you read that very stupid issue, because it was not written great. Sorry, Dan Slott. This wasn't. The story isn't great. He's pissed that they don't remember him. Pretty much gives him the middle finger. Oh, y'all don't remember me? Really? All these adventures we went on, Pete and Miles? Y'all don't remember me? Man, I'm up out of here. He was mad. They forgot about him. And they go on to say that we should have brought him back a long time ago. We're all kind of shamed for forgetting about someone who we clearly have known. Listen, this is the second print. Here is your 1 in 25 Virgin. Sure, tons of people are going to order it. You can get a copy of the first print. This is one of the cases where I'm telling you, you can get a copy of that first print. Make sure you have the first print spoiler variant Spider-Man #7. Tons of orders went out on this thing. I am sure your A cover done by Luciano Vecchio, cover A, What are we doing? We're going to read the synopsis. Why not? The end of the Spider-Verse is here. Friends became enemies, enemies became friends, and now all the Spider-Verse ends. Jessica Drew gone, Peter Parker gone, and they aren't the only ones erased by the sacred sting knife. How can Silk and the rest of the spiders win this Spider-War? Nobody cares. All anybody cared about, Spider-Boy. What it is. Make your phone calls. Call your people. You will be able to find this book. It will be around. It is at 1 in 25 that you're probably going to want. Make sure if you can track down, I'm telling you now, if you went online somewhere and you paid money for a 1 in 25 package, my suggestion is, not hating on anyone who's out there selling the 1 in 25 packages, power to all you people. If you don't have the first print of that spoiler variant, take that same money and go get that first print. We're talking about print runs and books in circulation. Everyone who missed on that first print, they will be ordering. Next. Venom number 19. Boy, do I love this book. And I'm going to tell you why. Because my free comic book day books are already in. I already got Spider-Man Venom free comic book day books. I know what happens in that book. Can't spoil it because it hasn't been released. But we are getting the first appearance of a new character. I'm going to have to spoil it now. Sue me. Sue me. Why am I going to spoil it? Because he's on the cover of Venom 19 cover A, and we like key covers. We like first cover appearances. I got to tell you why this is his first cover appearance. Because it's not his first full appearance. He's going to appear in a book that is not released yet. But this is the first cover appearance, and I can't even spoil it for you. You don't understand what this means. This might as well be... You remember back in the day when Amazing Spider-Man 300 dropped and Venom appeared? And Spider-Man had a villain that he was genuinely afraid of, that Venom... This character might as well be Venom's Venom. Feel me? This is it. Like, for real. I'm telling you. I can't tell you anymore because I don't want to ruin free comic book day Amazing Spider-Man Venom. Make sure you have free comic book day Amazing Spider-Man Venom when it drops. Go get multiple copies. I'm telling you that now. You want Venom 19. Here's your cover A. This is the only cover you want. I'm going to give you the other covers. Man, I'm getting animated. I'm getting hyped. It's really dope. But you want this book for other reasons as well as this cover. And we're going to read and find out. Here is your 1 in 25 Marco Mastrazzo variant. Cool cover. Like it. King in Black. Dope. Here is your Philip Tan variant featuring Gold Goblin and Venom. Also a dope cover. Here is your Dan Panosian Spider-Verse variant. Really cool cover. You want cover A. All things are not equal. All things being equal. If there was a first appearance in every one of these covers, you want cover A. But in this case, all things are not equal. Generally, when I say all things are not equal, that means the first appearance is on a cover B. Then that's when a cover B trumps a cover A. Cover A is a cover you want. That's just what it is. First cover appearance. Anyway, why do you want this book? True Enlightenment. First of all, it's written by L. The Man, best writer at Marvel, Ewing. Illustrated by K-Fu. True Enlightenment. Battered, beaten, and brutalized across nearly all the space and time, Eddie Brock's grit, determination, and faith have wavered at times, but never broken. Here he reaches true enlightenment. And you Venomaniacs will meet his most powerful form yet. You're going to meet the most powerful form of Venom yet. The 7th form. We know there's 7. We're going to meet the 7th, the most powerful form yet. We're going to get a first cover appearance. Double whammy, Venom 19, cover A. That is the book you want. And finally, from Marvel, make your phone calls. Call your people on that Venom. You see, it's the header of this show. Make your phone calls. Call your people on the Venom. X-Men number 22, 8 variants, tons of ratios. I'm excited for this book. That is why I ordered it. We are getting ready for the fall of X. Tons of new things are happening. As you see, Orchis has a team. I don't even want to mess with the team. They got the Wolverine prototype. They got Nimrod, not Dr. Nemesis. The clone of Clubs from the clone of Clubs, a sinister clone. Listen, Omega Sentinel, Nimrod. It's a lot going on. The New MODOK, X-Men 22, written by Jaron Duggan. This is Jerry Duggan. This is your cover A, done by Joshua Cassara. Tons of covers. That Magic cover is so dope. Here's your Nick Bradshaw 1-in-25 ratio variant. Then you're going to get a Derek Chu Magic 1-in-50 Virgin variant. Yes, featuring my homegirl Ilyana Rasputin. And then we have your Psylocke cover done by Stefano Caselli, Marvel Icon variant featuring Psylocke. That is not Betsy Bradshaw Psylocke. That is Quanan Psylocke. And then we have your Ariel Anindito variant featuring MODOK, Cyclops, the Clone of Clubs, and Magic. Then we have your MODOK variant by Giuseppe Camuncoli. It's a trading card variant. Different trading card variants this time around. You have your Mark Brooks corner box variant. Really cool. Like, really cool corner. I love those. Love that Mark was doing those covers. Then you have your Spider-Verse variant. And who would that be? Is that Firestar in a Spider-Man outfit? That's really dope. That is your Spider-Verse variant. Orcus Rising. Mutant kind may be stronger than ever, but that just makes their enemies more determined than ever to tear them down. Orcus plans are in motion, preparing for the fall. The fall of X. It's happening. Big event. Appreciate that, Peter. Peter says that. Shout out to homie Rattle. Shout out to J-Pop, J-Rob. Everyone, appreciate that, Peter. Appreciate the input. Peter's telling me that Penguin displays just as well as who dropping sad faces. I need to know who dropping sad faces. Shout out in the comments. Shout out on Comic Sense. Like and follow the Comic Sense page. Join our Facebook group. Check us out on YouTube, Twitter, all of the good things. If you got a sad face, drop it. Tell me about it. Talk to me. Just why we can do that. Let me know what you sad. Tell them why you sad, man. Tell them why you sad. Shout out to everyone dropping hearts, sad faces. A shout out to everyone who took the time to stay for the show. See 6 of y'all in the room. That's really cool. Early morning, having coffee, having comics. We done kicked it about all the things. And drop that. Get back to the big screen. Again, really appreciate you all. We're going to get ready to go. Got to go pick up and process some comics. So then, shout out to you, the Comic Sense crowd, community, crew. Shout out to those watching on Facebook. Shout out to those watching on YouTube. This has been a Comic Sense production, Final Order Cutoff, Uncanny Spec, otherwise known as Focus. It is also, I probably can't see that because the light is really bright, a Shut Up-ish production, which is what the cup says. I am Issue X, and I'm going to go ahead and shut up. Pieces.